Good morning, everybody. Let's see, today's Tuesday. So, I want to mention we had our healing circle last night. It was really great. We worked on the pancreas. So, I'll always let you know when it's coming, but we had a lot of profound experiences. So, you come to my Zoom, and the password is love. It'll always be on the community page, and you might enjoy it. You might enjoy it a lot. Before I forget, I have a few things I'm going to be offering. Um, I'm going to start a class with the light language of light. I'm thinking I'm going to need about 8 one-hour sessions, and then we'll see where that goes after that. And I use the work, the TheoSophia. Many of you probably haven't heard of it a lot in my teachings. Yeah, you can see I've read a lot of it. And it is the faith and wisdom. And it's about Jesus after he ascended, sitting and talking to his disciples about healing, about the universe. And it lets you have a greater understanding of yourself and the unraveling, because really that's what we're all doing, is unraveling that who through lifetimes we've ended up becoming, and we want to unravel even more to become more of the light. So I believe I'm going to have it be a discussion group, and we'll have so much to read and then discuss it. But I think that you will love it, and we'll see how it goes. And when I write that one up on my community page, I'll let you know how you can get a book for yourself. For those of you who are into healing and looking to become that, it's not a book you would want to have. And there's a lot to it. So I thought I would read one message here that to give you an idea. And this is further in the back of the book. All right, this is about blessing. The power of blessing has been a mystery brought forth from ancient patriarchal and matriarchal times. The power of a blessing brings forth sanctification and the passing on of spiritual powers under the guidance of divine spirit to assist in uniting souls to the light. And when we work with the divine spirit, this is something we actively and consciously ask to be generated for others and ourselves at all times. Just a little diddly. But things going on here. So I would have my eyes closed receiving information here, and I open my eyes and it's 11. I'm like, oh, all those around are always so powerful. Let's see here. So I was contemplating, and thank you, Barbara Ward, for your donation. It's very heartfelt and gratitude. Thank you so much. And so, Delma, I have your message written out to you. As I was sitting here, I was on a little early. So Delma asked, am I being led in a different direction for work? And she's grateful to me and the angels. So here's what came. All right. The perception from God's heart of work is to be in joy. Love what you do, Delma. Now it is to be allowed for you to be who you are. Love, peace, and harmony. And please do not forget your creative abilities and opportunities. Allow your passion to be ignited. Sit and ask your passion what will allow it to come through the truth of who you are, to let you become the radiant light that you are. Hold the thoughts tight that you are given, and without doubt, allow the truth to find you. So, there was so much, I wrote it down. And there you go, Delma. A very powerful message from God for you. It's allow your heart to guide you, for He sits there within you, and you will find happiness and joy. So you can leave me a message if you like that message. All right. Thank you so much, Delma. So Chase, happy super full moon. Infinite love and gratitude. Thank you so much. Well, it is my calling to do what I do for all of you, and I love doing it. You may have a healing message. So let's see here. I see my stage, lots of beings here, angels, master beings. There's a few from the above heaven. Here is your message, Chase. Healing is a process engaged in by those who understand that they are more than what presents itself in the human form in this life upon earth. Healing for you has been existent throughout many lifetimes, and perhaps will continue, for it is a part of your beingness. Healing is to embrace that place where distorted, non-dysfunctional thought has found a home, and for you to begin to love it, to embrace it, and allow the egg of that illusion to be cracked open and allow the light to lift up and become like a lotus. So, healing message. Wherever it doesn't feel like the light, embrace it. Listen to it. Allow it, the voice, to say, look at me. Bring light, bring a greater light to me, and allow me to become. Many blessings, Chase. I hope you enjoy that. And Christina, good morning. Thank you for coming last night. You know, if everybody could only understand, you think you're fine and wonderful, and yet someone can see something beyond that which is true for you in that moment and begin to release it. And whether it's a sadness or a distortion or a pain or an anguish, and what comes out of that is an illumination that there really aren't words to express. So, thank you, Christina. So let me get and receive a message for you here today. So I have many cherub angels coming here for you, and they are those who watch over the healing nature of a soul. And there is a mandolin, a flute, very gentle sounds that are coming here for you to allow the harmony within the experience of the movement of cells within you to become that of a flow, to flow with the music, to flow with the union. And where there is that distortion and they are hitting a wall, the power and the strength to move through that. So many blessings here to you, for the answer has been given. It is a choice now for you. Harmony, happiness, willingness, peace, and gentleness is your path. Many blessings. All right. A lot of love coming through for all of you today. Let's see here. Barbara Ward. You may have a message here. And let me see what is coming here for you from Mother. Yata bakishana namo yete. Yata kapoposhina nea popo. May my heart open and may it embrace you in your light. And may your light that I see, that which you also see. May that love that you hold be the love that you feel living through you. For as always, there are challenges, and there are times when the feet are heavy to lift and to move forward. Know that as long as you have the light and the love within the heart and the focus upon that journey, the feet will lift easier and the heart will move with a greater wing of an angel, and you will find your way. So allow this to be true for you, my dear. Allow this to be true for you, for it is. Allow yourself to recognize it. Many blessings to you, Barbara Ward. All right. Joanna. She asked me how I am. I am wonderful. God bless everyone. Yes. Certainly, I'm sure you can feel that Mother and Father are here with us today. And the energy is just so high and so powerful. So, Joanna M., let's see what comes here for you today. And the word they bring to you is a remembrance. There has been a time when you were an elevated experience of that which you experience within your form now. And it's to remember, remember, remember. And as there are those things which are challenging that you don't remember because you don't want to bump into them, love them as you go. That is the healing piece. So don't be afraid, for no fear is akin to you. So walk through this remembrance, and as your wings and hands hold themselves out, let the love from the truth of who you are flow out from the heart of who you are and discover once again the remembrance of the truth of you. You will find a great peace, happiness, and a wealth of value in who you are. Many blessings. Very good. Mm-hmm. All right. Camille, good morning. All right. Camille, should I be sure that you do want to request a message? You usually do. I don't see it written here. Let me slowly look forward to see if it is somewhere else. I do not see it. So there's plenty of time that you still can write it. And in this moment, I will wish you a great amount of love. All right. Carol Swisher, good morning. And thank you for your light here today. Marby. Yes, let me search here for what comes with effortlessness as a message for you. The angels wish for me to say to you, become their friend. You know, friends is a powerful issue in the world of for those who have and feel they have no one, and then for those who have too many and actually get lost in the definition of the self with too many friends. So they're wanting you to be willing to allow them to be your friends, for they will be friends that never end, that never leave, that do not have judgment, that do not have criticism, but ones that will love you and will always be willing to go forth with you. So the message is here to contemplate friendship. And first of all, to be your own best friend. That power you give to another may not be that which you want as a result. So friendship is a powerful thing. And these angels come as they desire to be a friend with you and be a mirror for you of the truth of who you are. Many blessings. Very good. Okay. Marby, that was from Marby. Prime 3, good morning. Uh-oh. All right, you would like a message too. When everything goes bloop, I don't know where everybody goes. All right. Virtual hug, virtual hug, virtual hug to you, Prime 3. And thank you for coming last night. It was wonderful. It's all about you and your relationship with food, Hector. Up all, Shunday. Now you want to listen to who you are, to who you've become, and love that which is there resonating in its light, and contemplate nurturance. How would you love to nurture you and allow the strength and the empowerment of you to become a part of who you are? So, it's nurturance all around you. Your light is very strong. But now your question you must ask your heart is, how do you maintain that? How do you walk forward in that space? So many blessings. Let's see here. All right, very good. All right. So Barbara Ward says, wow, that was a beautiful and pointed message from Mother. Thanks for the confirmation of her presence. I have been calling on her for the last week or so. I am deeply grateful. You're welcome. Cavell wishes the message to be about the super full moon. Okay. Well, I didn't see it up there, but I see it now. So I can already see the coming together of your message, and they're wanting you within 3 days to sit and allow a ray of light to show itself from up the moon. And up this pathway, I want you to walk up and to see a committee there of masters who will sit with you to give you, the word comes instruction, but I would like to say the word loving uh, instruction on how to participate more in the development of your consciousness. Always through the full moon, the opportunity has come for all beings to have this moment to reach up and to walk up on a ray of light to the moon, to have input from the masters. So, this is your message. Be excited, for you may meet those you've never known. Many blessings to you, Cavell. Good. All right. All right. Wow, that's my end here. Oh my goodness. Very short today. Yes, they're still working on my roof if you're hearing that drilling. What can you say? They are supposedly putting hurricane links on the roof so that it won't ever fly off. Yeah. I went back up and I do not see Cavell's under yours, Barbara, but it's all right, for I saw it now. Oh, here it is, way up here. Let me see. Well, like I said, sometimes the things bleep, and that's why I always go back up. So, anybody have questions today? I don't know if I went fast. Oh, what happened? Am I in a different world? Maybe we had a time warp. They tend to happen a lot. Chase is grateful for her message. Indeed, it is a process. Yes, it is. All right, only 23 minutes. Doesn't that seem a little unusual? Maybe because they were Johnny on the spot today. I don't know. Let's see if they have anything more to say. How about that? As you listen to the thunder above on the roof of the hammering of a new expression of safety, know too that in your world where you all live and carry your basket of flowers and joyful experience, there may be those times when thunder in many disguises appears in your world. But you must always embrace that thunder, that perceived illusion or dysfunction in your world, and ask what is the lesson and what brings it into the powerful experience of your journey on this day. For it is by being willing to change the perception of that which is different than you will find and discover the greater part of you and allow it to become a part of your existence. So be more awake, be more willing to see that which is and to embrace it and allow yourself to become. There you go. very, very good, Cavell. Well, that was a powerful message too, right? Well, does anyone have a question for me? So much light here today. Yes. Let me see what I can talk about with you. Uh-huh. Let me contemplate. Who is the author of the book again? Let me see. Barbara Ward wrote first. I think you are so right. I feel like we are in some type of time glitches these days. Almost like there is no longer 24 hours in a day. It passes so quickly. Yes, you are right, Barbara. And I can remember when they told us that we would be living many, many hours in a day. But all I know is before you know it, it's 4 or 5 p.m. and the day's gone. I agree with you. The author of the book is J.J. Hertek. And let me tell you where you go to get the book. It's $50. There was a while they were charging $90, but they went back to $50. It is at the Academy for Future Science. And anyone who comes to that class, and I'll put it up, you're just going to be in awe what you learn about the world and hear Jesus's words speak to you. It was discovered. I thought I wrote that down. In 1743, all the different scrolls. And here's the foreword. It says, "This is the book offering of spiritual knowledge. It is presented in the spirit of reawakening and reviving ancient wisdom, thought, and philosophy, and is in no way intended to serve as foundation, buttress, or canopy for any cult, sect, or religion. Indeed, these were the very forms of social political organization that the Gnostics sought to avoid in their fellowship. Dogma and formula are the refuge of those who have forgotten how to seek within themselves the pathway to truth." Yes, they were discovered in 1773 in Egypt and by Carl Schmidt. And it talks from Jesus after he ascended with 11 of the disciples. And 3 of them are 3 Marys. So the narrator of this remarkable scroll is the risen Jesus the Christ, who after his resurrection revealed these teachings to his disciples. The scroll speaks of the higher heavens of the Father, as well as the lower rulers who are said to be those who have kept humanity in bondage. Jesus is proclaimed as the one who is able to work through all the realms of the ineffable, from the highest of the light worlds to the realms of the chaos, and effect a plan of salvation. So it's quite profound. Thank you very much, Barbie. I'm glad you came today. What does GRS mean? I don't know. I like reading in the back. Yes, I know. I forgot to send you that statement. So I'll let you have it again here today. And you who you are know who I'm speaking to. Strength. The mystery. This is why strength was originated and why weakness came. Strength of the spirit is power over weakness, the weakness of the flesh. In weakness, you cannot carry on the light work because the forces of darkness are in control. With strength, you can focus your garment of life to go into light, allowing you to overcome all negative thought forms that would keep you in a lower state of existence. You can just hear the truth resonate from that. And when they talked about motion today, in our experience, we must witness the motions of life that continue from day to day with little meaning and change these motions into that of a divinely inspired life, which will lead to spiritual fulfillment and the putting on of the garments of higher energy. So there's a lot to read before back where I'm reading, but I always just open the book and see what the message is, whether it's my high mentoring class or individuals who are studying it. It's quite profound how it always learns so much. So I'm going to read this next words here from Christ. Finally, we, like the Christ, can learn to conquer death, know experience life that is eternal, finding within our true divine nature the power to arise above the life-death cycle, gaining mastery over life and death. Let us look at these many levels of duality another way. First, we should see ourselves evolving from, but not revolving into cycles within cycles. Jesus is showing us how we can break the habit, connect with higher vibrations, take a quantum leap beyond the wheels of life. Once we become aware of a greater relativity and put on a new beingness that demonstrates a greater love for all. For many, his words do not seem logical until we realize that if we choose to work with the light forms of the divine, they will bring us directly into an actual vibratory pattern that can purify our consciousness and repattern it to be one with light. So, how about that? Deep? Perhaps, but what it does is it also shifts you in the process. It begins to become very heart-lifting. And the relationship, I would say, that you then have within mother and father, like myself, becomes very intimate. You know they're there. You know they walk with you. And when things come up, there is a level of serenity that you can take a breath and look at things without the normal human reaction. So when I first found this book, was in a bookstore called the Garland of Letters in Philadelphia. And as I picked it up, it just became a flame. So I knew that this was for me. And over the years since then, many times, I've shared it with classes I've had. So I think it's time to make it more of a purpose of growing, of hearing how Jesus actually taught his disciples, and then making choices within yourself. You know, there's a part of the book that says, if you're listening, then you've been chosen. And those who are chosen are offered all they need and all there is to help them upon their path. But if you ever choose to turn away, you can never come back again. And I just think that's such a profound statement. You know, doesn't it make it feel different to know that you're chosen, that you're meant to be on this path and walking light and evolving yourself and wanting to become more? So we'll see. Someone left. Love you. So, any questions? And there's a place where Sophia's new song is a song not of victory, but of ascent, meaning ascension. It's a special synthesis of music, language, and divine utterance that assists in instilling a new consciousness, a new light. Her song is our song, and we will share it with the higher family of intelligence as they collectively sing as a threefold affirmation. It's very interesting to me that the words that are here, when I went to Thailand my first time, when it was a meeting of like 50 people from all over the world, kind of where I met Doug, my husband. But these are words they gave us there, and here they are. It leads you into a spiritual recognition of God's holy names. And as we join in unison with Sophia through the vibration of the spiritual language of light, we are connected with the host light. Now, isn't that why maybe I'm starting to teach the language of light? You know, I don't always understand it. I just know it's time to do this. So here it is. That's what it's saying. I better mark this page. As if I don't have enough of them, right? So as we do this, it says, the negative fields and vibration around us from the lower planes will begin to change, and your consciousness will awaken out of the pit of a state or slumber as a new revitalized body resonates with the power of 12, 12, 12. We then begin to feel and realize the peace, love, and unity with the divine mind. Okay. Interesting that not too many showed up today for me to be able to talk with you with this. I see there's still no questions. You know, I was a questioner and I was a crier. Anything I probably had to heal, I had to cry it out. And my teacher once said to me, he called me Trodicum. There are original 10 masters that we sing in the puja. Trodicum was a crier. He says, but the thing is, Trodicum became enlightened before everyone else because he was so thorough. Oh, well, here I am. I just thought it was funny. So, I don't mind a crier. But this will change your life. And if that's what you're looking for, to discover a greater light within you. I would assume you are, or you wouldn't have been drawn to me. For it is really the basis of what I do. So I'm going more up here to the front of the book. It does go through the cry of Sophia. Everyone is Sophia, who has taken the fall into the chaos to then choose to rise out. So as you go through and listen to her different cries, because I worked with so many people with this, you find yours inside yourself. And in that process, you heal it. It's just very powerful. Wow. I guess people were busy today. And I have certainly lots of markings. So let's see what this says for everybody. We again see clearly that ascension is not simply a matter of going to heaven to be with the Lord. There are many regions, or one may enter according to the knowledge and wisdom of the spiritual body. In contrast to ascension, there are also many levels of descension. Those who do not develop a spiritual body can be stuck in space between evolutions or in numerous worlds of formation without a helper. So much wisdom in here. So, the Pistis Sophia. The author is the same person who brought forth the book, The Brotherhood of Light, which is another profound book if you are into reading, which is about how our earth is meant to change and evolve. And it's about Enoch and his visit up into the heavens and what he saw. You'd be amazed also at that. Let's see, here's Carol leaving a message. I remember hearing the passage you just read. Hearing, okay. Yes, I was back towards the front of it now. Thank you, Carol. Carol has been one who we've read the Pistis together often. So would you recommend it, Carol, as a book for someone on their journey? I guess she's not sure, or she didn't hear me. All right, still waiting for just one question. Oh, she said response without doubt. Yeah, it's that book you always carry with you, and if you have a moment, just like I did, you only need to write it, to read a couple of little snippets, and it has you thinking and healing inside. It's profound. So yes, you caught me. I was reading it before I got on today. It's uplifting and expanding, that's for sure. I don't think I have the Brotherhood of Light. That was given to me by the first person that I had my first session of awakening with. And it was hers, and she gave it to me. She says, you need to have this. You need to know everything that's in it. And I said, okay. I had no idea what it was. Well, I can't say that today, but because it's very profound. Talks about the children of light. Certainly a piece everyone should read, and how it all works, and how we've interacted with other worlds, and what it all means. So, in my perception, if you're, and you all seem like you're really into the evolution here, these are first the Pistis Sophia, and maybe down the road your question was about healing, and you answered it before I asked about it. Oh, about changing. Wait a minute, was that you? Which question do you mean? I've always seen you as a healer, Chase. Is that what you mean? No, that's what the major work I do now is mentoring with people to help them become a healer. I've been doing this for 34 years and have acquired a lot of understanding and techniques, and it does pretty well. She's not responding yet. Oh, we're back up to 8 now. When I met my husband, I was very much into healing, and he had studied and was brought into all the masters. So that brought me another whole world in understanding the masters, and that whole level. When we would go to Shasta, one time we ran into all these people, and here they were, the people like we met DK, but in a human form now today. Because if you have this part right here is the mantle, and if you carry that mantle, you are the one that is holding the consciousness of that person. We met um, the person who holds George Washington, who is also the one who created the I am work. Oh, there was just so many. It's hard to remember. Um, so we got to be a part of that group. Um, one time when we went to the I am reading room, we ran into an angel, and I'll explain that to you. I went in, and there's this lady, I would say in her 50s, 60s, and she's going all around talking French. And I do not speak French, but I can only tell you I understood what she was saying. And she's telling me how that my life given to the masters were going to make everything perfect, and I was never to worry. She took me over and picked up this disc that what it does is has the violet flame and the master singing the master songs running in your house every day. She says, you do this, and never will you worry. And soon they will speak and talk to you and be part of your family. Yes, good, Jace. So I buy the disc. We walk her outside, and she's talking to us. And then my husband and I, we went to talk to each other, and we turned around, and she was totally gone. We looked up and down the street. It wasn't like there's curves or anything. She went poof, like that new spray, poof. And we're like, oh, you just never know what's going to happen in Shasta. So let me give your answer credence here. What I meant was my question for today was to ask about healing, and the angels answered it before asking. Very good. But I still say, I see you as a healer. And I don't know if that means part of it or not. I don't remember. I normally don't remember the messages because they're not coming from me. So, lots of things I can tell you about Shasta. We were going to go this year, and I was told not to because, there's a lot of dark in power places right now. But Carol was with me, and we would see a lot of the ships coming down and around. And one time, this one night, I can remember that Shasta was snow covered. And I went and knocked on her door. I said, come on in. We usually looked at 3 o'clock. And we saw all these like rainbow colors everywhere on the snow. And we finally got to our vision opened up enough. We could see it was the lights on the bottom of the ship circling that was making all the colors. It was quite profound. Yes, we saw more than enough extraterrestrials. And usually they would want to coax you to come with them. And my suggestion would never tell you to never do that. Never go with them. We would stand and we would watch from inside the house. And every night they would come. So, one night we're sleeping and the whole house became violet. You could hear a ship above us and the whole house became violet. It was very profound. My husband's into the violet flame. He walks it. He's of St. Germain's Army. So that was a profound feeling. Definitely a wondrous experience in Shasta. Yes. Any other questions? Do you remember those nights, Carol, when we would be out and seeing all the things happening? We could write a book just about all the things we saw. Don't you think, Carol? Nope. Are you enjoying listening to me talk? You know, the thing about being a teacher is you enjoy having response. To know if there's anything else you can deliver. Here's my crystal, which continued to get larger as I grew, that I work with. Isn't she something? Yeah, a little heavy. You can see some of the rainbows inside her. Wasn't into crystals at first. Here's Carol. Oh yes, standing and looking out the windows. So here's Beck Lawson. Wow, love to you, TheoSophia. Oh, love right back at you. More than enough love to go around to everybody. Very good. So, before we went to Shasta, we went out to Colorado. Not Colorado Springs. It was down below it a couple hours, and it was where the pyramids of sand were, that were just like over in the desert. And what we found was a waterfall that had held the energy of Babaji, which Babaji is who we teach our meditation from. So we would take people out there, we'd climb up the mountain, and you could go into the cave and participate in the waterfall. It was quite powerful. Oh, thank you, Chase. It is a beautiful crystal. Yeah, I have lots and lots of different things all around. Marby says, yes, she does like to hear me. Okay, so we once took a picture as we went to leave, and there were all these monks and Buddhists sitting around where this waterfall water came down. It was just an amazing thing that at the end, when we were done doing all our things, they all showed us on a photo. So it's a powerful world out there, and it's a wonderful thing to evolve and to let your vision open and to trust it and to see the different beings and all the different things. The masters that stand before you are lots and lots of light. I have angels that stand for me, and from below the breast to the lower abdomen, it's just particles of light in different colors that whirl. Yeah. Didn't understand it in the beginning, but that's how they've always been. There's some certain kind of protective angel that are around me at night. So, Beck wants to know, could you tell me a bit about my angelic guides? Well, that's usually not something I do here because it might go a little bit long, but I do that as a session thing if you want to go to. I think it's Booksy now, because I would have to get so much into just you, then everyone, because this site is about whatever we do is for everybody. But thank you for asking. You know, the angels, I think the most important part of each of you to get to know is your higher self. Your higher self, as it comes down through your chakras, will be who you walk in the world as you evolve. And that's your first level of divinity. You do have a master teacher, but the angelic realm are those who come and go. Not always one that stays. Maybe your guardian angel. And even though I work with the angels, I don't run into a lot of angels as I'm working. It's a very interesting thing. I just realized in saying that. Good. Check it out. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. I get excited when it's about doing God's work, being of service. And my husband and I say we should write a book because we used to travel everywhere to teach the Bija meditations of Babaji. And we'd go back every 2 months to the place where we've been before. There were 7 different ones. So we went to Aspen. That was a wonderful experience, meeting the people in Aspen and how that community interacted and everything. We went to Seattle. Went to a lot of different places. That's what we did. And our neighbors, they were so funny. They go, "You two are going again." Here they're going to their job every day. We're getting in our Jeep, getting ready to go on another big trip. They could only scratch their heads. But we laugh now about the grand life we led going around. And now it's all here in my Zoom, pretty much, what we do. But we lived in Pennsylvania then. We came to Florida. We went to New York. I think we went to Oklahoma. Various places we went to teach. And sometimes we'll sit and wonder, how many are still doing that heart mantra? That's the first one you get to open so you can see with God's eyes. Or some of the other ones. How many are still doing that? We don't know. Which would be an interesting thing to find out because it changes your life. You know, we received the heart mantra the first time we went to Thailand, but we really weren't told much about it. And then we get home, and I had a call from our teacher, and he says, "Are you doing it?" I go, "Doing what?" We didn't even get that we were supposed to continue doing it. So then he ran the riot act on us and told us what it was. And it's just funny, you know, where you are and where things come and whether or not you listen and grasp it and take it into your heart or not. So that's how that all happened. And Master Babaji is perhaps he's always with me. He's, always. He always picks certain people to be around. I have been to his cave, etherically. He'll sit and drink milk and bread to people that he wants to sit and talk with. He's, well, let's see, it's been probably 30 years. He was 2,500 years old then, so now he's a little 2,500, 30 years old. And I remember the first time I saw him, I looked at his arm to make sure he had hair on it to know whether he was real or not. You know, not just a figment of my imagination. But he had hair on his arm. He was real. And he'll tell you, ask him if you have something you need help with. And it's help from a heart space. Call his name 3 times and he'll come help you. But you must call from your heart space, which you have to get yourself into at some time. So, we added one here. Maybe that was Beck, I don't know. But this has been very exciting for me. I don't usually get to talk much. Usually I'm busy doing messages. But, so I'm going to be offering the language of light. Does that mean you have to be a singer? Absolutely not. I was not a singer. People used to actually complain about how I sang the puja, if you can believe that. But my teacher said, you keep singing the puja and your voice will change. Well, now my voice is God's voice, and no one complains anymore. So it doesn't matter how you sound. That will all change because it will be light coming through your voice to give expression. Okay. Any other questions? Not one. How about it? So now I've been talking for a long time. I hope I didn't take you away from something. So Friday I'll be back. Probably, hopefully by Friday I'll have the different things up that I'm going to do. You know, and the language of light is something that will continually to grow with you. There's things we have to accomplish first, but yeah, it's a powerful tool. Oh yes, I'll give Beck a message. Love catching such an energy. Oh yes, I'm a wildland. But it was nice meeting you. Let's see what I have for a message for you, Beck. And I believe we're going to ask it to be an angelic message. How's that? This is an angel that comes with a magenta wings. A magenta color comes out of the zoom point at a certain time of evolution that you're ready to take on more. So she brings you a scroll. And as you take that out of the box, which has magenta paper around it, it is for you to read at a quiet time. But I believe it's going to be a rhyme, a poem, whichever you want it to be, about your evolution and the light you hold. And the more you embrace and understand, the more you touch with each hand the light and let it have movement and freedom, the more of you will see in the reflection of the light you see. Yes. So stand before the mirror, I say, and look into the right eye each and every day and let it say hello to you, for it is you, the soul, that's two. Yes. It's time. Thank you, Beck. Boy, you wrote that quick. You're going to be looking on my community page. You wrote a lot. Probably I'll get it up tomorrow on TheoSophia Rising community page. I'll have information about it. Okay. Excellent. Very good. This is an experience to check it out. And I hope some of you get the book. And I'm going to write there about the Pistis Sophia. And I have one other thing in my head, but I'll put it up. And I'll see what the reaction is. But you're going to have to respond because I don't know what to do when I'm just sitting here by myself. Barbara Ward says she's happy to hear about all my journeys. Yes. Yes, it's been a wonderful life. Wow, I heard that somewhere before. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye. Friday at 10, we'll come together again. And then you can ask me questions if I didn't write enough information on the community page. All right? So, many blessings, love and light to you. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.